This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by the 2012 Ford Mustang.
Hey, this is Annie Gauss, and this is your Friday edition of App Judgment, your source for mobile app news and reviews from Revision 3. First up, our favorite item of the week, the popular game Connectables, previously only on Kinect, has broken free of Microsoft platforms. Connectables is the irresistible game that takes you to Furry Town. Fur Town, where you select a cub that you feed, play with, and care for, and eventually you can unlock more and more exotic cats. I don't think too many of us expected this game to hit iOS, but needless to say, many of you were pretty stoked about this new digital pet experience on your iPhones and iPads. So iOS users can finally ditch that Tamagotchi and upgrade to a Bengal tiger. Just tell the kids that you sold it to a nice family farm. Next up, a question from Matt for those of us with a case of Siri envy. Matt writes, are there any voice-to-text apps which can be somewhat similar to Siri for those of us who don't have a 4S and don't pirate? Yeah, I know the feeling. Everyone's yucking it up with Siri all the time, that snarky little. Unfortunately, though, there's nothing that really comes close to the Siri conversational experience, but there are a few that maybe if you close your eyes and wish really hard, kind of can approximate it. Some of those voice-to-text services are Vlingo, which is a virtual assistant app that lets you do web searches, compose texts and updates, and do basic commands. It's available on a number of platforms, including iOS and Android, and is free. There's also a suite of apps from Nuance called Dragon. There's Dragon Go, Dragon Dictation, and Dragon Search. Dragon Go is probably the closest to what you have in mind. It lets you speak phrases and interprets what you're searching for and shows you how to get it. Here's a demo.
All you have to do is say what you want, and it gives you instant results across all the best websites, like Yelp, Fandango, AccuWeather, Milo, and Pandora.
We have tested both Dragon and Vlingo on App Judgment in the past, although the reviews are a little old. You can check out those episodes. We'll put a link in the show notes that might give you a little more detailed idea of what they can do. Finally, because it's the holidays, a little feel-good tweet from Darrison on Twitter, who writes in, if I had a second job, it would be working with the App Judgment team. They are awesome. #dreamjob. Funny you say that, Darrison, because I looked at your bio, and being a Disney CM is actually my dream job. So maybe we could work something out. Anyway, your tweet also gave us a great idea. If you have an app that you've been loving lately, just flip on the iSight, flip on the webcam, send us, say, a 20-second review on your thoughts on the app, and we just might feature you on an upcoming episode. Because, you know what? It's not the App Judgment team. We're a collective. It's a state of mind, man. So send us that review. You can get to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or by email, appjudgment@revision3.com, all the usual places, and we'll see you there.
We're sponsored by Ford once again this episode, and we've loved having the 2012 Mustang to drive around recently. Obviously, this is App Judgment, and we love all the tech and app integrations that we've shown you on Ford cars. But we also appreciate what's under the hood, too. The Mustang has a 5.0-liter V8 engine delivering 412 horsepower that gives it that distinct roar you hear when it's coming down the street. Vroom! That's that distinctive roar, right? Whether you're into the apps or the RPMs, Ford has you covered with the 2012 Mustang. Thanks again to Ford for sponsoring us this week.